Hello and welcome to Power Yoga to start your day with Manda. Please know I invite you to take this practice at any time throughout your day. Let's start by taking a few slow, even breaths in. Fill your lungs all the way up, and as you exhale, release any breath you have, any tension, squeezing it all out. Please know this is your practice. You're invited to stay in this pose and breathe throughout the entire time, or be in child's pose, or stay in your downward facing dogs longer than I'm cueing. Full deep breaths in, we become aware of any tension around the eyes or ears, maybe across our forehead. As our awareness wraps around our face and head, we breathe out any tension that's there. Slow, intentional breath in, slow, intentional breath out. Maybe wiggle your jaw back and forth to relieve any tension there. Let the tongue fall from the roof of the mouth. Just follow that down your body. As the shoulders relax, the arms relax. We feel heavy and grounded. We breathe in gratitude to ourselves for taking this time, honoring our practice, honoring ourselves. When we're ready, let's roll the shoulders up and down the back on our exhale. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll it down. Continue that. Inhale, roll the shoulders way up by the ears. Exhale, squeeze them down the back. Let's reverse directions as we inhale and roll forward. Following our breath, knowing that my breath and your breath may not match up. That's okay. And then reversing that and going backwards again here. Working those shoulder blades way down the back. Making our exhale really long, squeezing those shoulders down. This helps start the engagement in those back muscles, those core muscles. Good job. Rolling out the shoulders as much as you need to. Remembering this feeling of having them tucked way down so that you can remember that in poses throughout your practice and in life. We'll inhale, lift the arms up to the sky, hands stay apart. We reach as high as we can, thankful for the day, thankful for waking up, thankful for everything in our lives. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. You can sway back and forth, gently opening one side or the other, whatever feels good for you. Slow, even breath in. Stretching really far and feeling that elongation of the side body. When we're ready, exhaling one hand down, reaching over with the opposite. Keeping that shoulder away from the ear while breathing some space into that side body. Keeping our breath intentional, calm. When we're ready, inhaling up and exhaling to the other side. Reaching up and over with that opposite arm. Becoming long in that side body, keeping the shoulder down. And coming back up, switching sides. When you're ready, following your breath. Very nice. And switching sides, or just moving at your pace, whatever feels good for you. When you're ready, sweeping forward, hands come out in front, and folding forward as much as we can safely and comfortably. Very nice. So when you're ready, on our next inhale, rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae until we're stacked up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, coming on to all fours. So however you can get there comfortably. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. We're going to start with some cat and cow here. Both of these movements start with that pelvic bone. On our inhale, we tip it forward, our belly drops, crown of the head lifts. And on our exhale, it tucks under, spine rounds up, chin tucks into chest. And just following our breath with that. Inhale, tip it forward, belly drops, heart shines proud. Exhale, squeeze. So one thing I like to think about in cat and cow is on that exhale when I'm squeezing, I like to push with my hands just a little bit to get more of a separation of the shoulder blades, get a really nice stretch in there. And then on my inhale, cow pose, when I'm reaching that heart forward, I like to draw my shoulders back and really feel that opening of the chest. And what's fun about yoga is you can try that today. Maybe you'll feel nothing, but you'll try that next week and all of a sudden you'll be like, whoa, that feels very different. Your practice is different every day, it's from side to side of your body. Accepting and loving the differences is all a part of this. And following your breath, knowing that me and you might not match up exactly, and that's totally fine. Finding a nice neutral spine when you're ready. We're going to start by warming up the core a little bit more. So on our inhale, lifting right arm up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift left arm. Exhale, lower. And repeating this a few more times. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lower. Left arm up. And exhale, down. When you're ready, if you'd like to, you can incorporate opposite leg with that arm. So if you lift the right arm, left leg comes up, exhale, lower, switch. Good. So you have the option of pointing the toes or flexing the foot, pushing through the heel. If you push through the heel, you're going to target that glute a little bit more. Good. Following your breath, inhale, lift. Let's hold on our next lift. Nice job. Squeeze and hold. Really feel like your body's moving in opposite directions here, whether you're pushing through the toes or the heel. Reach those fingertips, reach through that heel, and when you're ready, exhale, squeeze elbow to knee underneath the body. Reach out nice and long on that inhale. Exhale, squeeze into the body. Inhale, reach out nice and long. Exhale, squeeze. Squeeze all that air out, really crunch that core. Inhale, reach out nice and long. Good, and let that hand and leg come down. Switching sides on our next inhale. Pause. Exhale, squeeze. Elbow to knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze, elbow to knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze, elbow to knee. Inhale, lift nice and long. Good, exhale and lower. Tuck all 10 toes under here, rock back and forth a little bit, just opening up the bottoms of the feet. Good, nice and gentle, not pushing or forcing or causing injury. Roll your ankles out, roll your wrists out, whatever feels good for your practice today. Plant the palms, tuck all 10 toes under, and lift those hips up into downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, you're welcome to pedal or walk your dog out. Use the strength in your arms and back to really push into your hands and push those hips up towards the ceiling. I love to walk the dog or pedal my feet out. It really feels nice for me. And as you can see, or if you're watching, I take sometimes a few breaths or a breath and a half on one leg, whatever feels good. You may notice one side is a little tighter than the other. Honor that. On our inhale, we're going to come into plank. On exhale, we're going to chaturanga halfway. Inhale into upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. We have another option up next here. On our inhale, we're going to come forward into plank, but bring our knees down and lower all the way down. Elbows tuck in and graze the ribs. All options. Inhale, back muscles lift, chest off the mat. Inhale, push up into your plank. And exhale back to downward facing dog. One more option is to inhale into plank, stay on your toes, and lower all the way down. Elbows graze those ribs, and inhale to cobra. To pick this option, we must have very healthy elbows. The goal in chaturanga is to keep, one goal in chaturanga is to keep that and exhale back into your downward facing dog when you're ready. One goal in chaturanga is to keep your shoulders above in line with your elbows. This helps protect your elbows, helps strengthen the upper body. It's all around a beautiful thing. But if it feels like there's pinching or any kind of bad pain when you're lowering, make sure you stop there. You do not need to be level with your elbow. We're going to inhale into our plank, whatever option we chose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. In the upward facing dog, I'm showing here. Inhale and just following your breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. If you choose that, your points of contact on the mat are your hands and the tops of your feet. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. It's just a nice quick little flow to get the body warmed up, following our breath. Repeating it. Exhale, down dog. You could spend this entire time in down dog if you'd like. Let's inhale our right leg up in the air on the next breath in. Exhale, squeeze knee into chest. Inhale, lift up nice and long. Exhale, squeeze into chest. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, squeeze into chest. Bring that foot down next to that right hand. Left knee comes down to mat. Just enjoy the stretch in this low lunge. Pressing into both hips evenly. Keeping that front knee behind those toes. Shoulders are always down and relaxed. Good. We're not forcing. Just really feeling and living in this pose. Feeling, checking in, tuning into what our body's feeling. Let's plant that left hand down on the inside of that right foot, and we're already inhaling, floating that right arm up in the air, twisting over that bent leg, opening up that body. You can look up or forward, whatever feels good for your neck. Excuse me. And when you're ready, exhaling the right hand down, bringing it on the inside of the right foot, inhaling left arm up, facing open. I love to push against my leg in these poses. Bringing that left hand down when you're ready, framing that front foot, stepping back into our downward facing dog, however we get there. Good. And you're always welcome to walk your dog out, pedal it out. On your next inhale, lifting left leg in the air. Exhale, squeezing into chest. Repeating this 3 times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeeze. And then bringing that left foot next to that left hand. Right knee comes down to the mat, top of the foot down. And enjoying this beautiful stretch here. Again, not forcing, not pushing, just falling into it, melting into this pose, letting it open up your front body. Those hip flexors get really tight from office jobs, from sitting all day. Even if you're active, the hip flexors can get very, very tight. And when you're ready, planting that right palm on the mat. And on your next breath in, lifting that left arm up, opening up that body over that bent leg. Full even breaths here. Let that light from your heart just shine forward. And on your next exhale, bringing that left hand on the inside of the left foot, inhaling, right arm up and open. Draw the shoulders down, open that heart. You may notice you feel different from side to side. It's totally normal. And when we're ready, bringing both hands down, framing that front foot, tucking back toes under. And on our next exhale, pushing back into our downward facing dog. Nice job. Taking full even breaths here in our downward facing dog. Our next inhale brings us into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And when we're ready, looking up to the hands, hop, walk, all the way up there. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up again. And exhale, roll forward, letting the head hang. On our next inhale, reverse swan dive up from the floor. Very nice. Bring our palms together, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up again. Palms together, exhale down to the heart. Take a breath here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands. Step back. Right into that downward facing dog. Adjust your body as needed always. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When we're ready, stepping that right foot forward, followed by the left foot on the outsides of the hands, or maybe on the outer edges of your mat. If you're on a rug or carpet like myself, just take them to the outside of those hands. Nice wide, almost sumo squat stance. Just enjoying the opening of the hips here. When you're ready, push through the heels, lift yourself up. Adjust your stance as needed to feel comfortable and safe. Get down into that squat. When we're ready, we're going to start pulsing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to come down for 3 chaturanga push-ups or tricep push-ups. 1, 2, 3. Those can be done on the knees. Coming back up for those squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back down into your chaturanga push-ups. These can be done on your knees or toes. 1, 2, 3. Back up. You can hop or walk. 10 more pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very nice. And on your next exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs. Let your head hang. As you can see, I'm kind of shifting my weight back and forth. It feels good on my inner thighs. You're welcome to invite any stretch you need. Inhale your body halfway up. Remember, nice and slow with those kind of movements so we're not getting dizzy as we stand up. Good. Inhale all the way up. Arms sweep up to the sides. Let's come so we're lengthwise on our mats. We have a nice wide sumo squat type stance. We're going to go into our goddess pose. So inhale, arms up. Exhale. come down. Inhale, lift up. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale, come down into your squat. Inhale up. And exhale down into the squat. Inhale up again. And exhale down. This time we'll sweep the arms up. Breathe in fully, deeply. Exhale. Good. Another big breath in. Squeezing those glutes every time we lift up. Breathe in. Invite positive, loving energy for yourself. Exhale, let go of anything you don't need. Let's hold this. I like my hands at heart center in front. You're welcome to do whatever feels good for you. In a second here, we'll start some pulses. Holding this goddess pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Good. Working as deep as we can while still being safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These pulses are always optional. Let's fold forward into a wide leg forward fold. Remember to, if your heart rate is up, don't drop your head down below your heart. So as I showed there, stay up halfway, and then when you're ready, fold forward. And again here, I'm kind of leaning, shifting my hips from side to side. I get a little more of a stretch in my inner thighs that way. I really love that feeling. So again, this is your practice. If you want to try that, feel free. If you'd rather stay in a very ragdoll pose and let your body hang and just hang out in the middle there, also so beautiful. Whatever your body tells you to do, calls for you. Good. If you need to, you can shake your head out yes and no, releasing any tension in your neck and let your head fully hang. Good. When we're ready, walking our hands forward just a little bit. This feels good for me. You're, again, welcome to stay however you'd like. That just opens up my back a little bit more. When you're ready, let's walk over to the front leg. So we're in a lunge pose, and then step back into our downward facing dog. Let's bring our knees down to the mat, tops of the feet down, find ourselves in a child's pose. It's a really beautiful feeling to have your third eye resting on something. It's also nice to get the full extension of the back in this pose. So one goal I make for myself is to get my glutes to my heels. And some days I can do that with my third eye resting on the mat or the carpet. And some days I need to stack 1 or 2 fists under my forehead to make that happen. They all feel really, really good and exactly like what I need for that day. There's no judgment, no wrong answer. Just you and your practice. Scanning the body for any tension that may have returned and breathing it away on our exhale. When you're ready, coming back up onto all fours. Pressing the palms, tucking the toes under, and exhaling into our down dog. When we're ready, we're going to do some shoulder push-ups. So you're going to bring your hands together, pointer fingers facing each other. I'm going to demonstrate the hand position there. This is 100% optional, as is the entire practice. We're going to walk our feet in if you're choosing this option. And then you're going to bend your elbows and like you want to hoop your forehead right in between those hands. Do this 10 times. 5, 7, nice and even. And last one. Good. And then when we're ready, lowering down into that child's pose. And here I roll my wrists out. It just feels good to me. And coming up onto all fours. As you can see, I did a little cow, a little wiggle. It feels good. And when you're ready, exhaling into down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale comes right next to that left hand for a low lunge here. Let's let our hips sink into the mat. Inhale, arms come up. We're in a tall standing lunge now. Keeping that front thigh parallel to the mat if we can. And on our next big breath in, we'll exhale into warrior two. Front heel lines up with our back arch. Shoulders down away from the ears, arms reaching in opposition. Beautiful, strong warriors. Again, trying to keep that front thigh parallel to the mat, but not necessary, just a goal to have if you'd like. And when we're ready, inhaling, front arm up, back hand either rests on the calf or the thigh, avoiding the knee for reverse warrior. And exhale on our next exhale when we're ready, reaching over for side angle. Forearm to thigh. Shoulder down away from the air, reaching arm overhead. Inhale. And exhale as we reach over into that reverse warrior. Inhale into side angle. Exhale, reach over. And when we're ready, swimming that front arm forward, framing that front foot, stepping back. We're going to come right into a plank here. Just hold for a couple breaths. Very nice, calm mind, calm breath. Planks can always be done on the knees. When we're ready, exhale into our down dog. Pedaling those feet out if we like. Inhale, right leg up in the air this time. Exhale, bring it next to that right hand. Inhale, arms up, sinking into that high lunge. Shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, reach the body long. Exhale, come into that strong warrior two pose. Again, front heel lines up with back arch. Working, if we'd like, to get that front thigh parallel to the mat. Arms reach in opposition, like the rope and tug of war. Strong warrior. Inhale into reverse warrior. Opening that side body, using our core strength on our next breath in to fold forward into side angle. Reaching up and over on the exhale. If this breath pattern doesn't match for you, or any breath pattern doesn't quite match for you, or doesn't feel right for your body, please do what feels right for your body. This is your flow, your practice. Consider my cue as an outline that you may follow if you'd like. When we're ready, folding down over that front leg and stepping back into our plank. Holding and breathing. Calm mind, strong body. Bringing knees down and finding a child's pose when we feel like it. Breathing away any tension that may have returned to the face or jaw. Inhaling up. When we're ready, exhaling back into down dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to look up to the hands and either walk or hop our feet up to the hands. Inhale, reverse swan dive up into chair pose. In chair pose, I love to put my hands at heart center. You can keep your arms up, extended by the ears, or straight forward, or straight out to the sides. Really, it's up to you. Whatever feels good and safe for your body today while you also feel challenged. We want to sink as deep as we can into this chair pose. Feet can come together. Some people like to keep their big toes together and their heels a little bit apart. That feels nice for some. When you're ready, we're going to step back with that right leg, dip that knee down for a little lunge there, and just repeat sides. Move forward. You can follow your breath if you'd like, or just breathe nice and slow and even. This is the second one on the left side. The right leg extends again, comes back up. We're always finding that home, that chair pose, that ski squat. Alternating sides. Finding that balance, that strength. Good. Making these movements very intentional, feeling your muscles work. And when you're ready, hold that right leg back and start pulsing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Come back up and step back with that left leg and start your pulses on this side. Good. About 10 pulses here. Good. And swan dive, reverse swan dive up into mountain pose. I brought my hands to heart center and then release them to my sides. That feels nice for me. Follow your breath. Very, very nice. Big, full, even breaths here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale, swan dive forward this time. Good. Hang out in that forward fold here. I'm going to try to go deeper into my forward fold by bending my knees here so my belly touches my thighs. This allows me to hinge from my hips and not my waist, creating a safer stretch for my back. I like to experiment with where to put my hands where I feel comfortable, so whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Pressing into palms equally. Lifting our right leg on our next inhale. Exhale, squeezing it out to right elbow. Inhale, lift long. Exhale, squeeze to left elbow. Inhale, lift long, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze in the middle here. Squeeze all that air out. Good job. Inhale, reach out nice and long. Exhale, this time right knee comes by right hand, left or right foot comes out by left elbow. And we come into our pigeon pose. So in our pigeon pose, that left leg is shooting straight behind us. Hips are sinking down equally. You can be up here on your palms if that feels good for you. You can find a pillow or a bunch of pillows to rest on. Maybe you have a bolster. Maybe you want to lean down like I am. This feels good for me. Maybe you can lay all the way down. Just depends on your flexibility today. Remember, every day is different. Side to side, moment to moment. And just really adjusting our body as needed here. So the goal is to feel a stretch on the outer hip on that right leg. So if you're not feeling it, maybe shift your hips around safely. Move that leg front and back. Experiment with moving that right foot forward or backward. But most of all, breathing into releasing any tension once you find it. So yogis like to say we keep our negative emotions in our hips. So when you're really doing a deep stretch on your hips, you can experience emotions that you didn't know were there, or maybe that you didn't feel when you first started your practice. Just know that that is totally normal. Crying, laughing, all of those things happen in yoga classes unexpectedly. This is my very favorite pose. Breathing in nice and calmly, breathing out slowly and evenly. Again, letting go of anything we brought in. When we're ready, tucking those back toes under, coming up to our palms, pushing into our arms and lifting up into downward facing dog. Pedaling those feet out. Your legs might feel a little different here. Inhaling, left leg up in the air. Exhale, squeeze the left elbow. Inhale, reach it long, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze over across the body to right elbow. Inhale, lift up nice and long. Exhale, squeeze into the middle. Really squeeze all that air out. Inhale, lift long. One more time here. And then exhale, bring that left knee by the left hand, that left foot by the right hand, and that right leg shoots back behind us. And again, we find ourselves in whatever pigeon pose feels, our version of pigeon pose feels most comfortable for us today. And here I decided to stack my hands and rest my forehead on that. That felt really good. There are some days I can lay my body completely over my front leg and lay my body flat on the floor or mat. Some days I have to be on my palms. Every day you cue in and take notice of your body and take time for yourself is a win, no matter what. Let's breathe in, feeling powerful and strong. And let's let go of any fear or doubt. Breathe in all the self-love you deserve, all that love you give to everyone else around you. Breathe it in, let it invade every cell of your being. Realize how powerful you are. Opening up that outside of the left hip. And here when we're ready, let's roll onto that outside of the left hip. And then come long way on our mat. We're going to stretch our legs out in front of us. Good. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. If you have a strap or a belt, anything to loop around the bottoms of your feet, that can really help keep your back nice and straight. Here I have my back rounded a bit, totally fine. You can hold on to your calves, your thighs, whatever feels good for you. And when you're ready, exhaling, really letting that head come down and feeling that stretch. You might feel it in the back of the legs. Some really nice options for you here. As you can see, if you're looking, I put both hands on one side. And then I just switch sides just to feel a little bit more opening in that side body. Always feels nice for me. Coming back to center. Rolling up nice and tall. We're going to bring our hands out in front of us, straight out from those shoulders, and we're going to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. So this is going to use our core. Rolling down, rolling down. Nice and controlled. Good. When we're all the way down, we're going to reach our arms up overhead. I call this the good morning stretch. So imagine you just woke up from the best night's sleep. Oh, it feels so good. Or you're the rope and tug of war being pulled in opposite directions. And then when you're ready, release your arms down by your sides. Getting your set up for Shavasana. So your palms or your arms may be out a bit from your sides. I like to open up my legs here. You're welcome to lay on your side or your belly as well. Once we're in our most comfortable position, let's take full, even breaths in. Intentional, slow breaths out, squeezing that belly. On our next breath in, we'll become aware of the muscles on our face, around our eyes, ears, jaw, releasing anything that may be there. Letting that move down our neck, into our shoulders and arms as they become heavy and melt into the mat underneath us. We breathe in and take notice of any tension around the heart. And we exhale, releasing it, letting it go to the universe or God. We notice our bellies rise and fall evenly with our breath. A feeling of awareness wraps around our hips, down each leg, out through our toes. We exhale and let any tension being held there release. Feeling heavy and grounded. Breathe in. Think of whatever word or phrase you need for today. Maybe it's a person, a thought, a memory, anything that puts you where you need to be. When your mind wanders, because it probably will, when you bring it back, I want you to be proud. Remind yourself how strong your mind is, that you brought it back. We are human, and having a human experience, the mind wandering is totally normal. And when we're ready, start wiggling our fingers and our toes, bringing our awareness back to our bodies, maybe rolling our wrists and our ankles up. We can tuck our knees into our chest and roll to one side, whatever side feels natural and calls to you. Using our top hand to push up into a seated position. Again, whatever feels best for you. You can even stay in Shavasana this entire time. If we're choosing a seated position, we'll bring our hands down to our sides. Our next big breath in lifts the arms up. We bring the palms together and release down to the heart. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is made of love, integrity, wisdom, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste.